Thank you so much. If it's okay, just signal us. It's okay. So we proceed? Yeah. Well, thank you so much, members of the press. I want to take this opportunity to condole with the family of Evans and Rex following the demise of two gallant comrades who died in the line of duty to defend this country. I want also to take this opportunity to acknowledge that the president spoke on Sunday and said that he's looking forward to meet young people in as far as the demonstrations are concerned. One thing I want to make clear on as far as the demonstrations are concerned in regards to the finance bill, we still maintain our stand that we are rejecting this bill in totality, and we want to tell the president that we are not going to have any meeting with anybody anytime soon until he, the president, pronounces himself on the positions on his position on the finance bill. In fact, he should reject this finance bill as a matter of fact, and if he cannot reject it, he should not ascend this bill into law. Until that point, if he does so, then we can now have a sitting with him when the bill is not there and talk so that we can now push forward the formulation of a new bill. Second to that, we've seen different members of parliament who initially were castigating and downplaying the efforts of young people of this country. Amongst them, John Kiaria, MP for Dagoretti South, and Alice Ng'ang'a as well, MP for Thika Town. These are members of parliament who are on record downplaying the efforts of young people to change this country. And I want to tell them that we've seen your communications through your different platforms, writing, and we are saying that for us to believe that indeed you apologized for your initial retrogressive talks, you must do and record a video of yourselves apologizing for the generation, that you are sorry for your initial sentiments and you really agree with us that indeed this country needs a change. I'll also want to make it clear that the arrests that have been happening and abductions that have been happening lately are so retrogressive, and I don't think as a country we should go back there. The Constitution under Article 37 clearly states that everybody in this country has a right to picket peacefully, just as the young people have been doing initially. And it is the government through the police that are rioting actually and causing mayhem. It is the government through the police that are also causing violence. Because up to right, as it stands right now, the only government official or the police officer who have been, injured in this process was in the line of attacking peaceful protesters. Nobody attacked him. He was trying to attack the protesters who were peacefully engaging, trying to push for their agendas. In the course of that, he got himself injured. But from our side, 2 soldiers of this country have been, have died, unfortunately. And we are also asking Japheth Koome, Inspector General of Police, that we are putting you on radar. If you're not going to put those police officers on record and make them charged for the death of those 2 gentlemen, then it will be a problem that we might not solve. Because we cannot live in a country where people cannot express their rights, constitutional rights. I want to put it clear that the protests that we've been seeing for the last 4 or 3 days do not have leaders. They are not led by anybody. So the government should not put efforts on looking for the leaders. If you want the leaders of these protests, come tomorrow on Tuesday on the streets, and anybody whom you'll see protesting, that is a leader of this protest. If you want leaders of this protest, come on Thursday and arrest everybody who will be on the streets. Those are the leaders of this protest. So this propaganda that is going around that maybe there is some leaders or something of that sort, there is nobody leading this process. It is an organic process that has come from the people. And I want to put it clear that those young people you see on the streets are not only angered by the issues of finance bill. Those people are angered by the issues of demolitions that this government has done before, issues of corruptions that are in this system, budgeted corruption, issues of poor funding model of at the university level, issues around the finance bill are just catalysts to this entire thing that we are seeing. And we want to say that if pads initially were 50 shillings, and our girls could not purchase. They went to 70, which made it more difficult for these our ladies to purchase. And now it stands at 100. If this finance bill passes, I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, and for the members of parliament, female members who are supporting this bill, that if this thing goes through, then it will take about 200 shillings for any girl to purchase a single pad, which will be so unfortunate. And we can tell you for a fact that nobody will manage that. You get that? So we cannot allow this bill to go through. And we are saying that reject this bill in totality, do not amend the bill, reject the bill. That's what we are saying. So that we can have a discussion with the status, with the state, as the president requested, once the bill is now out of the face. So we discuss something that is new. As I finish up, I want to say that it is the responsibility of the government to protect its people. And therefore, we call upon the government to release with immediate effect Shadrach Kiprono, who was arrested, in fact was abducted last night, to release with immediate effect Boniface Mwangi and any other person who has been arrested unconstitutionally in line with the protests that are going on. If they feel that what is happening is wrong, they should go and arrest Kenyans who are demonstrating in Washington DC as well. Why are they demonstrating? And if they feel this process is not constitutional, then they should wait for tomorrow. They should wait for Thursday. They've been talking and making noise and crying over Gen Z. We are now having Generation Alpha who are now on AFTAM. And this is a process that now will involve Generation Alpha, Gen Z, and millennials with the support of Generation X. Mm-hmm. Get that? Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a 4-tier generational change and shift of democracy towards ensuring that this country is run very well according to the Constitution and in line with the demand and request of the people. Thank you so much. Unless there's a question.
I have one. Do you think there's hope? Because currently we have seen some of the members of parliament who voted yes in support of the finance bill changing tune. Is there hope probably when they go for the second voting in the final one? Is there hope for the Kenyan youth that hii bill kidogo itasitishwa?
I want to tell you for a fact that initially they thought it was a joke,
yeah.
But they've come to terms and reality that Kenyans are tired. Most of the Gen Z, millennials, and Generation Alpha are tired with the way the system of this government is running. And it is the responsibility of the members of parliament, because we sent them there to represent us, to shut down this thing. And those who are now changing tunes, they've realized that indeed they've been acting out of ignorance. And what we are saying, why we are saying occupy parliament, Constitution clearly states, Article 1, that sovereign power belongs to the people. And you can delegate that power to a member of parliament to represent you. That is option 2. Option 1 of that constitution says that you can represent yourself as a person. Option 2, you can delegate. So we opted for option 2 and they are taking advantage of us. So we are coming and saying, now we are going to exercise the option 1 of that constitution. We shall exercise that sovereign power as a people.
Yes. 2 questions. Number 1, will you be at the demonstrations tomorrow? And number 2, there is the option of amending this bill. Is it an option you're willing to take or not?
About being at the demonstration tomorrow, we will be there. We are there. That is how we live today, because the government has now put us in that position. The government has not been able to employ any youth. And if they have employed any, they should bring us that data. And now the young people who are jobless have found something to do to keep them busy, so that we can fight diabetes that we have been talking about. We can fight any health issue that might come with relaxing and doing nothing. So we are going to turn up in numbers more than how we turned up last week, and it's going to be that way until things are confirmed that are different. Yes. About amending the bill, what we are saying, we are not telling the government to amend the bill. We are telling the government to shut the bill down so that we can start from the process. Because at the genesis point of this formulation, we were not consulted. And somebody said that, these proposals came from Treasury or something. Then that tells you that the public participation in this country has not been taken serious for the longest time. And it is high time. In fact, we are saying that this finance bill should be shut down and the next public participation should be done through X. We just did a dry run on X and we managed to put up about 60,000 people, including the state agencies. There's nothing that is not possible. The next finance bill, after this one is shut down, must be done properly. And the public participation should be done through X and all social media platforms to ensure that all young people are engaged actively and intentionally. Thank you so much.
What message do you have as we wind up? What message do you have to members of parliament who inasemekana walipewa pesa to say yes?
I just want to tell them that we have a date with you in 2027, and before that, then we must also find a way to deal with you. And we are saying that the recall process might be a bit tedious, but we want to assure you that it will not end well with you. We are going to come for you. We are coming for you. Because like I mentioned earlier on, the Constitution clearly dictates Article 1 that we can delegate that power. But if things are not going well, the way they are not going well, we can retract the power and represent ourselves. So members of parliament, don't think you've escaped this. You have to listen to the people. These are delegated power. We've delegated responsibility. Listen to us. Yes.
Asante sana.
Asante. Mimi nashukuru. Mambo endelee. Vijana viva, vijana power, reject finance bill, occupy